In this video, we're going to dive into 3 powerful ways to create the work-life balance that you desire for your life today. Number 1, remember what's most important. So at the end of your life, it's not likely that you're going to want to have spent more time at your desk or in your inbox. You're going to wish that you had more adventures, that you've spent more quality time with your loved ones, or you spent more time doing the things that you love. We have to keep this perspective front of mind because it's so easy to let our priorities shift when there's a deadline, when there's piles of work looming and to-do lists unfinished or untouched. So it can be helpful to spend some time exploring and writing about what you desire. And in fact, once I wrote an obituary for myself. This was an exercise that I did as part of a course. I wrote an obituary so that I could understand how is what I'm doing in my day-to-day connecting to what I want my life to be. And if you do that, and your life is not kind of what you want it to be, that's when you know to make a change. So when you know what you want, it's gonna be crystal clear what's working and what isn't working. And this knowledge will give you the power because you'll see where you need to be focused. When we don't know where it is that we're going, it feels like we should do everything just in case that is the route that we are wanting to take. But when we know where we're going, we're not gonna feel that FOMO, oh, I should be doing this or I should be doing that. We'll only do the stuff that's important. Number 2, plan for work-life balance. In the book Indistractable by Nir Eyal, he talks about this concept called the residual benefactor. So this is the person or the company that when a company gets sold off because they go bankrupt, it's the person that gets whatever is left after everyone else has been paid. And usually that's not much, or if anything. So it's like literally the scraps. And so when I talk about like, what are you making a residual benefactor in your life? So what are you basically, after everyone else has been paid, they get whatever's left. Is that your health? Is that your relationship? This is the key to work-life balance, is making sure that you are putting in the things in your calendar that you actually want to do and that are important to you, and you're not just depending on if you have time to do it whenever you're done with everything else. Like the saying goes, what gets planned gets done. I put everything on my calendar, literally everything. My partner makes a joke out of it because I ask her to send me a calendar invite for everything because I know if it's not in my calendar, it will not get done. It's hard to create work-life balance if your relationships and your hobbies have to make do with whatever is left after you finish your work because you've made them a residual benefactor. And this is why we need to create protected space in our calendar for all of the things that we care about. If you're doing all of this, if you're doing all your work for your family or for your relationships or for yourself, but you're actually not putting time in the calendar for your relationships or your family or yourself, you're not actually tying what you say you value to your calendar. Allocating time to tasks and activities helps us stay focused on what matters in the moment. And if we schedule time, it makes us more aware of where it is our time is going. Because time is spent at the same rate, you can't stop it. And so once it's gone, it's gone. And if you are more intentional with your time, it's less likely to disappear into social media so that you feel behind and pressure to get back to work, even though the time you spent was not spent wisely. Number 3, start these habits today. So don't procrastinate on, okay, whenever this milestone is reached, then I will do the thing. It's so easy to push off the things that we say are important, but we push them off to another time. We kick the can down the road, which reduces the pressure and creates some breathing space, but it's actually not doing that at all. It's building pressure behind and giving us less time. So while it's easy to convince yourself that things are going to be different in the future and your circumstances are going to change how you feel about this, and it's going to be much easier to focus on your health and your relationships once, this random goal is reached. Trust me, I've been there. What happens when you reach that goal? If you're a high achiever, you've already made the next goal post and you're already working towards that. So there's no time to stop. And so you really have to make time for this stuff today. So for example, a lot of times people say, oh, when I have more money, I'll be able to do this thing. When the kids start school, I'll have more time to get healthy. When I get this promotion, I'll have more control over my time, and so I can do this differently. When I've refitted my office, I'll be more productive because I'll have the exact stuff that I need, etc., etc., etc. Our brain will just make up reasons to put things off till later. It's better to do one small thing consistently. In the big scheme of things, actually will make a huge difference, but in the day-to-day doesn't seem like a huge thing. So little baby steps. So if you don't have time or think that, oh, I don't have time to go to the gym, it's like, okay, can you find 15 minutes to watch a workout video on YouTube? And Even though it's only 15 minutes, you will be surprised how doing that little thing consistently will build up your confidence, and over time will turn into a huge compounding effect. So whatever that work-life balance is for you, don't put it off. Start today. Stop writing checks for your future self because there's too many and they can't cash them all. The key is to do something now. Apply these 3 keys for yourself and see what magic emerges for you as a result.